Look at you all smug. Smug because you're an exclusive, right? Smug because nobody expected you. Or maybe you're just smug because you're Quickslinger and that's part of your personality. Either way, this is the GotBot True Review. It is the next part of the Superion series. This is Combiner Wars online exclusive deluxe class Quickslinger. Welcome back to the channel, folks. This is Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot, and we are back for the next part of the Superion series. This one is a figure that people did not expect to get. It is one I think that came about largely because of fan demand, especially from G1 fans who wanted that accuracy for their Superion. This is the deluxe class Quickslinger. It is based on the same mold as Firefly / Fireflight. It has a molded head, a new molded head sculpt. Besides that, it's the exact same mold with different paint apps. And speaking of Firefly, I don't think I showed his collector card, and I think it's the nicest of the collector cards. It's beautiful artwork. I love the color back here for the. I guess it's. I don't know if it's Sunset or Nebula or what it is, but it's absolutely beautiful. And what can I say about this guy? You know, his posability exactly the same as Firefly's. You know, the head goes all the way around, and it is a new molded head sculpt. The head goes up and down. You know, the arms go out and they swivel at the bicep. There's a 90-degree bend at the elbow again. There is a nice waist swivel. His legs go well out to the side. I've heard of people having really weak hip joints. Mine are not weak. You know, they're great on mine. There's a thigh swivel. That's quite tight on mine. There's a bend at the knee. You know, the exact same articulation. Posability, playability, you know, this guy gets a 10. He's a great leg, he's a great arm, he's a great plane, even though there's not really anything to do in plane mode, and he, you know, has all the posability really that you would want here except for the wrist articulation. I don't care about that. There is a version of him in the box set that's largely gold. I guess we'll see how that holds up over time if we have the whole, you know, gold plastic syndrome. It might even be a different, you know, a different base plastic with just gold paint, and I don't know if that will have an effect on the plastic. I don't really think that version looks like Quickslinger / Slingshot, because we all know it's Slingshot. The Unite Warriors version is great. The thighs are white in that one. It is definitely more animation accurate, but I find that all the white on the Unite Warriors version to be very jarring. I love the head sculpt except for the blue eyes. His eyes are supposed to be an orangey shade, kind of like the rest of his head, if not slightly off. That's on the Unite Warriors version. I think it looks better, but still, I'm happy to have him. Here's the thing about this guy. When I got him right away. I got him for a really regular deluxe class price point. And then he went out of stock and he came back later on and the price was raised about $8. Now, I guess it was done because he's an exclusive, not out in regular retail. Is he worth $24, $25, $26? If you're a G1 hardcore fan, then hey, yeah, sure he is. Because you want that Superion to look G1. If you have a Superion and you have Alpha Bravo as a limb and you think, hey, my Superion looks fine just as he is, should you pay the premium to get this guy? Should you pay the premium to get the Unite Warriors version? I don't see the need. I really don't see the need. It's not that he's special, it's just that he's Slingshot. And I gotta say, I personally like Slingshot. That's why I got him. I love Alpha Bravo. I think it's a great figure, but I really just like Slingshot for Slingshot's sake. I do love the orange on the head. It's a beautiful, bright orange, very vibrant. So, you know, for paint apps for this guy, I'm going to give a 9 because it's not perfectly accurate. For posability, playability, I'm giving a 10. If you're going to get the box set, you're going to have a weird looking Quickslinger, Slingshot. But hey, it's that character. So if you like that aesthetic and you like that look, go for it. I still think it's a great figure. You've already seen the posability. I'm going to go into the transformation, which is the same as the others. Again, it's an 8. His transformation is an 8. It is what it is. Putting him in arm mode, which is exactly what he will be for me. Oh, I should point out also with the paint, another reason I gave him a 9. For some reason, up here by the top of the ball joint by his hips, it's a nice glossy black. His hands are nice glossy black. But for some reason, his thighs and his combiner port are just a matte black. I don't know why they used the two different blacks there. I don't get it. And I think the Unite Warriors version has silver knees. This guy has gold knees. I like the gold better, to be perfectly honest with you. So we take the legs and we put them together. Just like with Fireflight, the elbow or the shoulders go right up by the head. We turn the arm so that the fists will come down and peg over those two little ports. You know, the little port that's right there, and there's one on the other side, and the hands go over that. And we flip this back for a combiner port. Flip this forward. And here's another hand-foot gun. There it is as a foot. Here it is as a hand. And, or sorry, as a gun, and here it is as a hand. Turn the thumb this way for this arm. And there you go. There's arm version of Quickslinger, and he looks fantastic. I love it. No doubt about it. He's just great. This is his weapon. He can hold it in his hand. It goes up under his wing again. Exactly the same one as Firefly. It's a gun, whatever. Also, this guy surprised me. I ordered him. So he came from the US. Here in Canada, we got collector cards instead of the comic books. But this guy came with boom, came with his comic book. It was a nice little surprise. It's you know, a chapter of I think Dark Cybertron, if I'm not mistaken. It's cool to read. The end of the beginning of the world. It's cool to read. There's not really anything about it that's, you know, nice art. There's nothing about it that really stands out as anything to do with the Aerialbots. RC appears in it a few times, and that's nice to see. She looks great. There's the on the desk. See if I can show it. There's the on the desk stuff. Again, I don't really care. It's grayscale stuff, and it's really showing them with Firefly's head. Whatever. It's okay. And the extended bio on the back here, which, you know, a lot of people have read. If you want to read it, I mean, pause it. There it is. You know, it is what it is. It's just a comic book. So putting this guy quickly, I guess, back into robot mode, and he really pegs together tight, or at least mine does. Really pegs together tight, which is nice, especially for him being an arm. And here he is again. We'll do him as a plain next, and actually I guess we'll do him as a leg next. For leg mode, flip the combiner port all the way up. You want to take the legs, and as we always do, we split them apart. And you need to collapse the joint that's inside, and collapse the joint that's inside all the way back. You're basically putting the thigh and the joint for the knee all the way down into the calf. And get those out of the way. You bring them up, you close down that part of the leg, you close down that part of the leg, and you snap them together. You put the wings back again, you bring the arm down on the side, and there's a little tab for it to peg into. You bring the arm down on the side, and there's another little tab for it to peg into if you're so inclined. And if you want him to be a foot, you take his hand-foot gun and you turn it into a foot, and you put up that tail fin, and boom, there is Quickslinger as a leg. Again, I'm never in a million years going to do this. He's never ever going to be a leg. I really don't care about that. To put him into plane mode, again, you just straighten out those however you want. You put the wings down, and you take the cockpit and you flip it back and bring it all the way up. Oops. I always forget to do that with... I always forget to put his combiner port back. I've done the same thing with Firefly. And now I need to deal with closing this up again. I don't like using these guys as legs because I do feel like they're more fiddly as legs, to be honest with you. And I feel like there's more work to get them into leg. It's just, it's not... If you like them as a leg, hey, do it. But for me, I don't really see the appeal. I don't see the point. I don't even know why they made them such that they could become legs, because they're not. They're not. I get that's the whole Scramble City thing, but for me, they're never going to be legs. So it's a personal preference. That's all. It's just a personal preference. There. Okay. So you got him back. Let's do this again. You got him back in leg mode just like we did him. With, you know, the foot piece down here. You take out the foot piece, you flip down the tail fin, you take the arms and you peg them on. You take this arm and you peg it on, and you put these down however you want. You flip up the cockpit piece and you bring it all the way forward. It will hide his face, and boom, there you go, plane. Exact same sort of plane as Firefly, and it looks great. I think it's a great looking fighter plane. I don't even care about the robot kibble underneath. That's true for all of them, and it was true for the animation model. And again, you can take the gun and put it under the wing, and you can take the hand-foot piece and you can put that up under like so. Boom. There you go. And he looks good. He looks good. I love the white that's used on him. I like that the blue line and I guess the decoration of silver and red around it is thicker on this version. The G2 version is completely different again. The paint apps are again different for the Unite Warriors version. There's also repro labels for all these guys. I might be able to do a review of those. We'll see. But he looks great. He looks excellent as a plane. I really, really like how it turned out. Should you get this guy? Like I said, if you really want a Quickslinger, if you really want a Slingshot, hey, go for it. Is he necessary? Are you missing out if you just have Alpha Bravo? No, not at all. He's not, this guy's not that crucial that Alpha Bravo won't fit the bill. And boom. There he is as an arm again. I know that I kind of glossed through a few of the transformations on some of these, but honestly, they're all pretty much the exact same transformation. They're all good figures. The entire Aerialbot set turned out beautiful. So let's move on to the last video in this series and see how the Superion combined form turned out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.